So I got to the one, and I didn't freeze this time. I was just waiting for the one, ready with something to say. Okay, so for anyone that isn't listening, we did 18 minutes of this before, and I had a really poor time, so we're starting again. Welcome to the Imagination
Right, so Imagination Appreciation Society podchat number 5, which comes before 4. We've already established this. Take 2.
It may, and it may maybe 6 may even come before 4 if we decide that's what we want to do.
Well, I think it's more what the universe decides. 4 is really out of our hands at this point, I think.
It's absolutely in your hands. It's out of
literally,
mine.
quite literally is in my hands. Fair. All right, so it's just so we can ignore talking about my inability to edit video, we're going to move on. And we're going to try to keep ourselves to 30 minutes, which probably won't work. And because February this year is 29 days, because 2024 is a leap year, we have created an Instagram account. And every day for the month, we are going to post something to spark our creativity and imagination. Imagination, creativity, both of those things. Because I'm lazy, I have asked the omnipotent ChatGPT 4.0 to guide us on our quest, our spirit quest for imagination. Because where can you get imagination from if not a computer? Yes?
Yeah.
So we asked ChatGPT. Hold on a second. I got to resize a window so I can still see Mark's face. There he is. What are 29 questions to spark someone's creativity? Originally, I was like, wonder if we could do 29 questions in 29 minutes. What do you think?
That's not going to happen. We can't do one question in 29 minutes, right? I've never.
But what if we try? Let's just try it. Let's give ourselves 1 minute. Look, I even have. Hold on. And again, this for those listening at home, this isn't going to help. I'm going to give us 1 minute. Okay, time's on. First question: if you could invent a new color, what would it look like, and what would you call it?
I can't do that in a minute. Can you? You have to. You ask the questions. That's not fair. You have to answer. Go.
Well, you got to go back and forth.
I can't see any of the questions. So how can I go back and forth? It's just you asking a question and me responding, and then you responding straight after.
No, I would. Yeah, fine. All right. If I could invent a new color, I would invent a color. First thing that pops into mind is, what would the color of kindness be? What is kindness? When I say kindness, Mark, what color do you get?
Hey, I guess a yellowy green color.
Yellowy green. For some reason, kindness to me is brown.
That probably says more about you than me, but please enlighten me as to why kindness is brown.
It literally just popped into my mind. I was like, when I think of kindness, I think of brown.
You think of the earth, I think of the sky. Maybe that's it. Maybe that could be where kindness comes from for each of us.
The timer's out of batteries, so we have all the time in the world.
Wow, we still got a whole minute. It's almost like we've been talking longer than that. This is going to be a piece of piss if that's how long a minute is.
All right, very good. Next question. And I'll answer this one first. Imagine a world where animals could talk. What would be the first law they would create? I mean, I guess it's kind of weird to me that the first thing you think about if animals could talk, what would they like? Why do they need to talk to be able to create a law? You're right. We can't do this. It's very difficult to do this in a minute.
That would suggest that animals can't talk, and I think they can. It's just that we don't understand.
So potentially they already have laws.
They have laws. So our job is to figure out what the laws are.
The first law of being an animal is don't talk to the fucking humans. Done. Next question.
Fuck it up. Okay.
Yeah. If you could turn any activity into an Olympic sport, what would you have a good chance at winning a medal for?
Eating pizza.
Really?
Consuming vast amounts of pizza. I love it. I adore it. When we went
talking from a speed or a quantity standpoint, or both?
Both. Honestly, when we went to the local pizza van, a man comes to our village once a month and he parks his pizza van up in the village hall. And the entire village goes crazy because I live in Buttsville, Idaho. There's nothing around us. You can't get any food delivered to the house. You have to drive for miles to get to it. So the pizza man turns up with his sourdough, very middle class pizza. And my son's with me and he says, Daddy, why have you ordered 5 pizzas? Because there's only 4 people in the family. And I was like, well, one's for your mum, one's for you to share with your sister, and the other 3 are for me. It's like, are you going to save some for the morning? I was like, no, I'm hungry. I need to have 3 pizzas. That's it. So pizza.
What I love about this story is you've told it before. I mean, it's a great story, and pizza is a beautiful thing. I prefer my pizza cold, preferably in the morning after, preferably not at fridge temperature. I should say I prefer my pizza room temperature.
From a box on the floor?
Not often on a floor, but sure. Pineapple on pizza? What's your opinion?
I like pineapple. I like pizza. I can tolerate pineapple on pizza. I wouldn't choose to put it there, but I wouldn't say no to the pizza because it had pineapple on it, and I wouldn't feel the need to pick the pineapple off.
I would recommend not going for the traditional Hawaiian ham and pineapple. I would say pepperoni pineapple is far superior. I know you don't eat meat, so you're never going to experience either of those things.
They have like weird vegan and vegetarian versions of ham and pepperoni.
I don't think that's okay. Next question. How would you design a city on another planet? Consider factors like atmosphere, gravity, and alien life. Now we're skipping a question. Question 5. What would a day in the life of a superhero with a very unconventional power look like?
You can answer that one.
Can I?
That's one that's deep. I have to think about that one.
Okay. Day in the life of a superhero with very unconventional powers. Well, I think, probably Pineapple Man. And Pineapple Man... Ooh. Wait, that's not PG-13. It's been rumored on the internet that Pineapple Man might be able to change the flavor of some bodily excretions. Not entirely sure.
Insert own bodily secretion that you wish to change the flavour of. Okay. That'd be interesting. See, if I was out with Pineapple Man, I would go find all those people that refuse to eat pineapple in pizza and change the flavour of the thing they're eating in pizza to pineapple. Because it would just be fun.
This goes back to an earlier episode we were talking about, when you see blue, do I see blue, and is it the same thing?
Yeah.
How do we know what pineapple tastes like? Maybe pineapple is pepperoni.
There's pineapple shared experience. I have no idea. We could do that. Next podcast, we buy pineapple and we have a pineapple taste off and we describe pineapple for 30 minutes. I like this
because pineapple is delicious. I have been told, no, I think I read somewhere, that pineapple actually, when you get if you eat too much pineapple, your mouth gets a bit raw, almost like eating sour candies.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually the pineapple trying to eat you.
The fruit that eats back.
Yeah. It actually has an enzyme apparently that eats flesh. Now,
I just realised.
What?
Is pineapple fruit? This whole thing just popped in my head. There's no seeds in it.
Hang on a second. Let me ask. Hey Google, is pineapple a fruit?
You're gonna have to transcribe for me because I can't hear what Google's saying. So
it's basically on the website, blah 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 blah. Pineapple is a tropical fruit. Very deep answer. Thank you, Google. All right, next one's for you.
Of course, pineapple's a fruit. Okay.
If you could combine 3 animals into one super animal, what animals would you choose, and what abilities would it have?
I would choose a wolf because it's my favourite animal. I would fuse a wolf with a guinea pig and probably an owl because owls are really cool as well.
GuineaWolfOwl.
A GuineaWolfOwl. I love that as a name. I now want a t-shirt with a GuineaWolfOwl on it, and I know by telling you I'll probably end up with a t-shirt with a GuineaWolfOwl. I'll at least get a picture from Dolly 3 at some point.
Actually, say that's definitely going to be a thing. Hold on, let me just put that in here for later. Please draw.
What would a guinea wolf all do?
Guinea No.
I don't know, but it would exist solely on a diet of people from Chile to get them back for eating guinea pigs. It'd be the revenge of the guinea pig. The GuineaWolfOwl comes to wreak vengeance on people who eat guinea pigs. Having never eaten one myself, when I did eat meat, I sort of feel like some sense of loss. I don't know, maybe guinea pig might be the best tasting thing in the world. Guinea pig and pineapple pizzas for everyone. Yeah.
Well, let's not change the flavor of the guinea pig's bodily excretions.
So,
if you feed pineapple to a guinea pig and then eat its meat, does it taste like pineapple?
I don't know. It depends how much pineapple you feed it and over what time frame, right? If you feed it
yes,
2 whole pineapples in 30 seconds, it's mainly going to taste the pineapple because it'll just expand. There'll be more pineapple than guinea pig.
We're going to deviate from our ChatGPT overlord's task list to a question that I posed to some friends and coworkers over dinner earlier today. What is your best, weirdest place you've woken up story? Not weirdest way you've woken up, weirdest place.
Okay. It's a very good. I don't come out very well in the story, but let's just go for it, okay? When I first moved into my first flat in Bath that I lived in the UK, which is the first one I lived in on my own. I moved in I didn't move with my girlfriend, but basically she had her flat. I lived with a flatmate, and we decided if I got my own flat, we'd kind of have our place, but we weren't at the stage where we were ready to cohabit. That girlfriend is now my wife, so she knows the story and was the victim of the story. I lived around the corner from her, and I went out with my friend James to get very drunk, watch a punk band in a bar, because I love punk music in Bath. And because we'd been out all afternoon watching this punk band, I thought I'd got home at like 11 o'clock at night, but I hadn't. I got home at 8:30, 8:45, and for reasons best known to me, I was absolutely hammered drunk. I no longer drink, and that's probably the reason why I no longer drink. And I went into my flat and went to sleep and woke up outside the flat just as the door clicked shut, vacating some bodily fluids onto my own front door, naked and locked out. And I went down a flight. Well, first I gave myself time to wake up, finished, shook, and then broke into the cupboard downstairs where I happened to find some clothes. Got dressed and thought, I can walk the 5 minutes to my girlfriend's house. It must be about 3 a.m. Left my front door, which meant I was now outside in the cold, whereas at least before I was in the entry hallway. Looked across the road to the pub that was still open, looked at the clock and realised it was in fact 9:30 at night and people were coming home from restaurants. And I had on no shoes, a pair of jogging trousers that were size probably about twice my body. So I'm not the biggest human being in the world, but they were very large. I had a shirt which was probably 2 sizes too big for me. Staggered drunkenly around the corner, woke up my then girlfriend, who'd been my girlfriend for exactly 3 months, and she knew me so well, she just said, just shut up, get in and lie on the sofa. And then the next morning I had to phone the letting agent and ask to be let back into my flat and pay for someone to come and clean the stain off the front door of the flat. And I'd only lived there for about a week, so there you go. It's a pretty weird place to wake up, right? Waking up outside your own front of your house thinking you're doing the toilet. I think for my old flat, the front door was equivalent to where the toilet would have been had I still stayed in my old flat. Does that qualify, or is that weird or just humiliating? I'm not sure which.
I don't think it's humiliating. It's just a thing that happened. It's an entertaining story. I do appreciate you sharing it. I don't know that it would qualify as particularly interesting in terms of where you woke up.
I found it quite interesting.
But how you woke up and the ensuing shenanigans, you're here. As you said, now you don't drink. So Ooh, today is the 6-month anniversary of me being sober.
Ah, that's cool. Congratulations. Well done. I don't think you get anything for that apart from a clear head and lots of stories.
I thought this was the diamond anniversary, or is this one? It's on. This is paper. We got a ways to go.
You get your 12-step chip. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't go to those.
Yeah, me either.
All right. So while you were telling that story, I asked ChatGPT to ask the same questions from the perspective of a pirate captain, just to keep it interesting. I have to say I'm a bit disappointed. It basically just did a half-assed job of adding like "yar" into the question. So I'm going to jump to number 23. If ye could mix 2 types of grub from distant lands. I mean, one of my that's not a pirate accent, but I'm going to keep going with it.
Okay, commit. Just commit. Yeah.
If ye could live in any age of... Oh, that's not the right question. Fuck. Going back to 23. That was 25. We're not there yet. No, 26. 23. If ye could mix 2 types of grub from distant lands, what would they be and what's the feast look like? I know. From China, pizza. From where's pineapple from?
The Caribbean, isn't it?
It's a tropical fruit.
Yeah. From the tropics.
From the tropics.
There you go.
Pineapple pizza.
Wow, that's almost imaginative, Mike pissing on your own doorstep story. So this is supposed to be a pod chat about imagination. I need to work out most of the imagination comes from us just rambling about stuff that we think might be cool or interesting. Grub from distant lands. I've got to think of weird fruits. We have a papaya which I've never eaten. It's in the fridge and I'm not sure what to do with it. I should go to YouTube and ask YouTube what to do with a papaya. So I think
it might say throw it away. I'm not entirely sure. It's a very perfumey fruit.
Is it? Okay, well, papaya.
However, I will spark your imagination, and it's food related. When I was 15, I worked for a gentleman by the name of Joel at his establishment, Joel's Gourmet Pizza. Joel's Gourmet Pizza claim to fame was that they had not 10, not 20, not 30, but 31 different ingredients. One of those ingredients was papaya. And so, I mean, note to future business owners, don't hire 15-year-olds to make food for other people. We had a lot of imagination and creativity, but I think that's the first time I ever really encountered a papaya. It's a very florally, perfumey fruit. I don't particularly care for it, certainly not on pizza. But since we're just rambling on about imagination and creativity, in North America, at least in Canada, though I think they were probably found in at least the northeast of the United States, there was a gum that came in like a plastic bag that was called Chews. And Chews were these little discs. They almost looked like a vitamin pill, except they had the sort of shape of like a Formica countertop. Not the shape, the marbling of a Formica countertop. And they were hard as everything. So the first time you try to bite them, you'd be like, "Is my tooth gonna break? Am I gonna get to the gum?" But then they would soften up, and they were super sour. And they'd be super sour for about 27 seconds, maybe 17 seconds. And then they would be flavorless, and then they would revert back to the hardness. So they started hard, super, super sour, but very short, flavorless, back to a very hard pill-like form. And as a 15-year-old making pizza for people that paid good money to have gourmet pizza, and who happened to have a bag of these grape-flavored Chews in my pocket, decided to nestle gently into the tomato sauce the entire pack of Chews, and then cover it in a layer of extra cheese and whatever toppings were on the pizza. It probably wasn't papaya. And the thing that I always found amazing, because this is not the only thing that we did to the pizzas, was that nobody ever called and complained. Not a single time. Not once. On my last day, just to finish with the imagination of if someone asked for your takeaway business to send a menu with your order, what's the most imaginative place you could put it?
I wouldn't say imaginative, I'd say you'd slice open the base and insert it into the base like a pita.
Ooh. I wasn't skilled enough or creative enough for that. I just, once again, gently ladled the tomato sauce onto the pizza, then carefully laid flat the menu on top of the tomato sauce and continued to build the pizza, bake it, and once again, nobody called and complained.
What time of day were these pizzas being ordered? How chemically inconvenienced were the customers?
This was not a late night pizza place, so
Okay.
like they probably closed by around 9 or 10.
I'm not sure why people didn't complain then. I mean, were there other things we were buying from the pizza place?
Honestly,
Was this
they're
like
probably
ice creams and
Canadian. They were
Glasgow?
just too nice.
I was gonna say. They just don't want to
Same.
upset anyone. They're like, oh, we just won't order pizza from there again. Or we'll order pizza because we don't want them to think that we don't like their pizza, but we won't eat it. We'll order pizza from somewhere else and throw the pizza they give us in the bin. Yeah? It's the ultimate Canadian niceness.
I have a question I think is actually quite interesting, and maybe we could make this into more creativity related. Create a new tradition for all of the 7 C's to enjoy. So if the tradition had to be something around imagination or creativity, what tradition would we like to create?
We start and we just spin out from somewhere. But if we took all the weird junk that floats to the middle of the sea, I heard tales of rubber ducks and things in there. And a tradition would be that you had to fashion it into some form of giant statuesque practical joke, and then plant it on land at various countries like a Trojan horse, to teach the idiots from land who put said shit in the sea that they shouldn't put said shit in the sea in the first place. So basically, the people of the 7 Seas prank humans for dropping random crap into the sea.
Not very imaginative.
It's not, but it's a start. I was giving you time until you came up with something.
Oh well, I mean we're gonna pause the. I did, but not for the question, because while you were talking, because I thought you were actually going to come up with a tradition, not just fill time.
That's a tradition.
So,
every year they bring a new statue and plant it in a new different country.
Okay, fair. It's not a very imaginative tradition,
No,
but it is a
not
tradition
for me.
However, I went back to the other ChatGPT tab where I asked it to please draw me a GuineaWolfOwl, and now I want one of these. It is
Okay.
the cutest thing.
Oh
It's
my
so
god.
cute. Oh, he went away. There he is. I want him.
We have to
Can I
breed
have
one
one?
of those. How do we breed them? How are we
Don't
going to get an
know.
owl and a wolf and a guinea pig to get it on? I mean, it's got to start with some Barry White.
I think this is our new tradition.
And some pineapple pizza.
Maybe pineapple for guinea pigs is an aphrodisiac.
It could be. How much aphrodisiac do you have to give a guinea pig for it to let a wolf?
So, look, we're starting to go down to bad territory again. We should probably just pop that.
Okay.
Pause, not pop. Jesus Christ.
That's what happens when you let the guinea pig mate with the wolf. You're going down a bad territory. You know I live in the bad territory anyway. This podchat is my opportunity to be my true inner self when everyone thinks I'm nice and
This is fair.
sweet.
It's
and
a safe
I get
space.
the evil mark.
Which is really not evil at all.
No, not that evil. I haven't been pulling my weight in terms of questions and stuff, so let me think. And I'm not using ChatGPT, I am just using my imagination. I'm not using any AI crutch. Yeah,
That
not
AI
yet.
crutch gave you the cutest guinea wolf owl you've ever seen.
Okay. If AI was crotch based, yeah, what would your AI think? Rather than AI crutch, an AI crotch. What would be its first thought? What would it spew out into the world when it was asked the question?
What would it spew into the world? Nice. Well done.
Gotta be good, man. I came up with a GuineaWolfOwl. You've got a high bar to beat, right?
Everything you say is a joke in my mind right now. I'll give you a high bar. I'm speechless, Mark. I'm at a loss for words.
I've done it. I've won. I have won podchat. I have broken Sean to the point where he can't think of anything non-perverse. I win. The world loves Mark. I get the GuineaWolfOwl. Yeah.
What? No. Now I must defend my crown. I must have the GuineaWolfOwl. What would it spew into the world? So it's really hard to think of anything that's not ejaculatory. Well, I mean, you'd have to query it. And so if you queried my AI crotch, I don't. I got nowhere to go. I don't know.
I mean, your AI crotch, right, is basically filled with the knowledge of all crotches from the entire world. Yeah, it is the collective.
Oh, then that's easy.
Wisdom.
It would spew apologies. It would spew a lot of apologies. It would be the craftiest craft of apologetic apologies. Because really, if it's got all of the knowledge of every crotch, well, I mean, you didn't specify male crotches, but I'm just like that's where my brain went.
I'm sure that some female crotches have to spew apologies as well.
Yeah, but fewer.
Less, yeah, obviously.
just a slight bit less. Just a smidge.
Just a teensy tiny smidge. Go back to one of your AI questions before because I'm stuck in crotch mode, right? It's only gonna get worse from here, right? I hit my pinnacle. Yeah, I self-actualized on GuineaWolfOwls, and it's all downhill from me from that point.
Well, maybe let's focus on the GuineaWolfOwl. I think maybe there could be like a story or a book because it's just so damn cute. And I realize you're listening to us talking, so you can't see it. What sound would a GuineaWolfOwl make?
It would make the sound of a 18-month-old child doing an impression of a wolf.
Oh, okay. I got worried there for a second. I thought you were going to go with like.
And that would be very cute. Actually, I'll send you the video of this, but the first thing I ever taught my daughter to do before she could speak was to howl like a wolf. So at 6 months old, she was sitting on my lap and I would howl at her repeatedly. This took me weeks until eventually she started howling back and giggling. And now, every now and again, when we just look at each other, we just howl. Nice. When we went on holiday to Lanzarote, there was an island called Wolf Island. I lived at Lobos, and every evening we would just walk to the end of the hotel and howl at the island for no other reason than just so someone talk to the wolves.
I'm not sure there are any
wolves on Wolf Island. Yeah, so there you go. The GuineaWolfOwl would sound like a small child doing a wolf impression.
I think that's brilliant. Not related to that, except that we're talking about our kids and making sounds. And I recently, thank you to Facebook Memories, the only real reason I ever pay attention to Facebook anymore, is a video that I captured of Jasper when he was less than 1 year old, just after he started to laugh. And this is a PSA for you parents out there. Take more video of your kids and how they sound, because they don't sound the same when they're 14 at all. Not even in the slightest. I'm going to put this up to the microphone. I don't know if you're going to be able to hear it, but this is my son Jasper laughing because I said the word yoga.
It's not. I can't hear it. Turn the volume up on the phone, Sean. It's not picking it up. Which I really feel. I can see him laughing. I feel for the people that are listening to this, but I can't hear it. What we'll do is we'll edit the noise.
I can hear it. You can hear it through the monitor. No, you can't hear it.
I can't hear it.
Wow,
what we'll do is
ridiculously loud here.
We can edit it in. So if you just remember at 29 minutes, remember that time signature, 29 minutes, we have to edit in the sound of Jasper laughing. As a
Very good. And there we go. We're at 30. It's time to stop.
That's it. We said, well, we don't have to stop. We just have to stop recording. But we said we can keep talking for as long as we like.
Can. So thank you for listening to what I feel like is a not degrading quality, degrading focus of our pod chats.
I don't know. I think we're just trying to find the format, right? They've gone for a 90-minute random ramble where only two of us were recorded and one was talking a lot, but no noise was being recorded. The first one was just fun. And we've gone round a bit since then, and I keep forgetting. Sean started to yawn because I forget it's 11:30 at night where you are, where it's only 10:30 at night where I am. So,
you call me old?
No, I'm called you tired. But you are old.
Right, I'm hitting the stop button.